Reporters are now outside the office of the newspaper. This looks like they're... Why don't y'all just go work at Target? You're already dressed for it. Just go to Target.
Target ain't gonna hire them. Target ain't gonna hire them. You think Target wants these people? No. Hell no. You know why? Because these people cause problems in companies. You tell them to do something instead of putting the fries in the bag, they're gonna sit there and give you a lecture about how their emotions make them feel, and it's like, nah, dude, just do your fucking job.
Hey, we do. Who makes the post? We do. Who makes the post? We do.
By the way, if I'm not mistaken, these are all the people that got laid off. They did a massive layoff for I think it was the New York Times, of a bunch. It was like a bunch of, oh my God. I keep wanting to say rights activists, but it's not. Green Planet, World, fuck. What did the people at the New York Times get laid off for? What were the people at the New York Times doing as their jobs that got fired? Oh, Washington Post? What were the people doing that were at the Washington Post that got laid off? They laid off like an outrageous amount of people. It was... They laid off 30% of the staff. There was an Amazon reporter? That's crazy.
Who makes the post? We do.
It was...
Hey, we do. Who makes the post?
Man, how about that? Not anymore.
Not anymore.
So anyway, let me go back. I see this one too. And this is laid off normal people. Well, this sucks. Laid off journalists. Low wrath and ruin. This is what somebody wrote. The bloodbath at the Washington Post today, roughly 1/3 of its staff has been laid off, illustrates the ruthlessly plutocratic and neoliberal nature of the U.S. economy. In the span of a single day, one of the world's most prominent English newspapers is being both crushed politically and restructured at the whim of a billionaire. It's honestly jaw-dropping. Damn.
I love how they have to spin this narrative of it's because he's a billionaire and it has nothing to do with all of these false articles they've been publishing. You know, they totally didn't get sued into the fucking dirt for false articles and seen by the court as false and fake news. It's totally because he's just a billionaire and he can sue whoever he wants.
Bro,
I love it.
That's a big deal. Wow, what a loser. I feel like this is the kind of stuff they talk about, like, whenever a bunch of people got killed in World War I. Really, like, I mean, couldn't you just imagine this? Is somebody talking about, like, oh, wow, like, you know, a bunch of people got, like, killed by tanks or, like, mustard gas or something like that. Take a look at this.
Climate change, that's what it was. It had a lot, oh my God, it had a lot of climate change people in it.
So, the Washington Post had 13 reporters and editors for climate change. A lot fewer climate change reporters at the Washington Post. 13. The Washington, and the number is...
You know, I miss the days whenever you had one writer. What do you need 13 writers for? Yo, like the days of independent journalism as far as it goes in these companies is dead. It's dead. Used to, you would talk about a topic as an independent journalist and it would evolve into something like the Washington Post or the CNN or New York Times. But now they're so top-down driven instead of down-up, meaning journalists at the bottom going up into the company. Now it's the shareholders or whoever owns the companies giving orders from the top down. That You can't run journalism that way. You can't. You have to have extremely highly motivated journalists, who are independent, thinking for themselves, going out there and looking at topics they want to discuss, like Nick Shirley. That's the reason why, like, journalism has gotten where it's at. And it's kind of sad to see people like Nick Shirley having to turn to YouTube, though I think it's more lucrative for him, thankfully so, simply because if he were to get hired by something like the Washington Post or the New York Times, there's a good chance that whatever he would have said about Tim Walz would have ended up like that one dude that got fired from that news show that talked about Pizzagate. It would be just like that. They would call him they'd call him crazy. They'd call him oh my God. Dude, I'm blanking today. The lack of sleep is catching up. They'd be calling him a conspiracy theorist. They'd be shunning him, blacklisting him. He wouldn't be able to get jobs anywhere. Like, no one would listen to him. And then, come to find out 10 years later, whenever it's all said and done and it's blown up in their face, it's like, oh, that was the thing that happened. Like, it's sad.
A little bit inaccurate, right? The Washington Post has reportedly laid off 14 of its 19
What do you need 19 climate change reporters for?
Change reporters.
What do you need that many
The
for?
Washington Post laid off 13.
I remember, like, whenever independent journalism was really a thing, people wouldn't talk about stuff like climate change. They would talk about shit that's hitting their own city, which is probably the reason why most of the cities in the U.S. have turned to shit. Is because whenever you keep upping the stakes and it's like, oh, but the world's gonna end. Well, I mean, like, what about all the crime and the fucked up shit that's going on in your own city, man? You ain't worried about the city? Like, what about that?
I'm sorry they lost their jobs.
You got to start at the small parts and work your way big, man.
Boy, what a lost journalistic opportunity. Oh, definitely. And this is it. See,
it's going to be just like Twitter whenever Elon laid off all those fucking workers and then Twitter didn't change at all. It's going to be just like that. It's going to be the exact same.
19 people. See, remember what I said before is that they are a cancer. If you let these people get in there, they hire each other and they hire more of each other. And now they're redundant, but they keep hiring each other because it's not about hiring each other.
Well, not only do they hire each other, but they try to get the people that have been there for a while fired. And the unfortunate fact of the matter is that in most of the states in the U.S., fuck, that was weird. Most of the states in the U.S. are at-will fires, which means that you can fire somebody for no reason at all.
It's about consolidating power. They multiply. They are a cancer. One of so many things. What is this here? Let me see. I pulled this up.
See, this is the reason why it's so dangerous to hire somebody who has a degree and put them as management, because the minute you do that, you usually fuck up the entire team. Because that person has no idea what they're doing. They're usually fresh out of college, and they just want to push their political views because the college did that to them. So it's like, whenever you do that and you don't hire from within and promote upwards, you end up with all these companies that have all these people in there that are firing all the good employees, hiring more of themselves, and then you've got you've established an echo chamber is what you've done. You've literally established a massive bubble that the company now has to cut it off. It's an infection. It's literally an infection. They have to cut the damn limb off because it's infected now. It's crazy.
Is this? Oh boy. Okay, let me go back. I'll see if I can find it. And criminal gang. I'll look at that in a bit. Yeah, I'll pull that up. And sound like Indians? Yeah, definitely. You talking about India? It's not about Indians. It's got nothing to do with Indians. And mainstream journalists are losing their jobs because 23-year-olds with YouTube channels are doing real reporting. That's right. Heather Kelly. I was laid off by the Washington Post today. I know, real original sentence. My first plagiarism in 20 years of journalism. My job was stupid fun, and I loved every minute of it. Man. That's just too bad, huh? Stupid is not an adverb.
Yo,
bad, huh?
That JD Vance is just crazy, dude.
Stupid is not an adverb.
Oh my god, man. AI is just... Woo!
Yep, there it is. And you got all these people. I am so happy to see this. I am. And definitely stupid. Yep, all these people are getting sent back. And someone was in a war zone and got fired. Well, hey, the other ones shouldn't have. They shouldn't have poisoned the well. They shouldn't have done it if they didn't want that to happen. So read her own reply. What's her reply? Let me see what this bitch said. What'd she say? I'm going to stare at a wall for the rest of the day. And by a wall, I mean TikTok. And then I'll stand up and get back to what I love. Writing about the ways real humans use tech for good and weird, yes, to distance.
You know what the best part about this is? Is this person is going to do this. They're going to make a video and they're going to post it online on YouTube or something. And then it's not going to get any views. And she's going to do this probably for a couple months, right? And then it's going to set in that the only reason why she was able to stay afloat because of what she was writing about was because she was getting paid at a newspaper company, because that's, or an article writing company, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And she's going to realize that no one was ever really interested in these topics. They were just being published so they didn't have anything else to read. And then it's going to set in, and then she's going to have to get a job, like an actual, like, non-job that it is what she likes doing, because the thing is just because you go to college and get a degree doesn't mean you can be a writer. Like that's
after a bad day. Man.
You have to write about topics that people want to hear about. And whenever you've got 7 writers all talking about climate change, like, come on. But not even 7, 14.
Here. Outside of your ridiculous Washington Post bubble, nobody thinks their work was amazing. Good.
Yep.
Well, what the hell is this?
Look.
The queen.
There it is. There it is.
Queen of Diversity and Retention Studies has been let go.
That's crazy.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Well, hey, that's just what happens, right, guys? And it's just going to get worse. Not the queen. Yep, word of code. Exactly. And so Washington Post, the writers and journalists on there are crying and upset about it. And I want to let everybody know that this is only going to get worse for them. It is. This will only continue getting worse, getting more extreme, and seeing more of them get fired. And the reason why, I'm going to tell you the real reason why.
You know what's really crazy is I kind of wonder if these people got blacklisted once they got fired. Because, you know, like if you own a company and you see this popping up, like let's say you own the Washington Post and you're having a good, let's say 2022, right? 2022, you're having a good year. You're seeing articles that are really like good. They're really well done, and they're about topics that is currently in the light. And then you hear in 2025, sure, 2 years later, or 3, technically 3, if you want to include all of 2022, you see these topics that nobody really cares about, like the climate change. Like no one's really talking about climate change right now. So why are you seeing articles about climate change? No one wants to see that right now. Everyone's trying to call Trump retarded. Like that's what everyone's talking about right now. So why the hell are you talking about climate change? You know, no one cares about that right now. Everyone's talking about politics. Everyone's talking about how everything's going in the world, how there are things with Iran or Minneapolis. That's what you want to see on a front page of a news publishing company, not fucking climate change. No one's talking about that right now. And that's the issue that is causing these people, these companies to lose massive amounts of money, is you've got this, again, cancer that's keeping you from doing your job because they want to talk about this diversity bullshit instead of talking about stuff that is affecting politics. For example, like, so the FBI went and seized the ballots for 2020's election, and they found Korean chips that paused the election and made the. I don't even really want to say that it was stolen. I'm going to say that they were able to control the ballots from Korea. I'll say that. Allegedly from everything that's
It's because
come out
these
so
people
far.
aren't creating anything of value.
We'll look at it
That's
more.
the reason why
We have
they
it
keep
pulled
getting
up later,
removed
but-
and they keep getting fired. It's because they're
It's
not
like, why
doing
aren't any of these places talking about this? That's important.
anything that matters. So if they were doing something that people cared about, that people wanted to watch, none of this would ever happen. But unfortunately, tired of winning already? No, I'm not tired. There are so many other publications this has to happen to. Yes, and gotta produce things? Yes, exactly. BOZO. Rip fucking BOZO.
Wait, what? Oh, that's right.
Writers.
So this
The
is an actual article from the Washington Post.
Racist legacy that many
This is the kind of shit they're publishing. The Washington Post National Weekly, the racist legacy many birds carry. Birds grapple with complicated past linked to slavery, white supremacy. Who the fuck, like, bro, you gotta be on some heavy amounts of copium to try and bring up slavery with a goddamn bird. It's a bird.
birds carry. Rip BOZO. Rip fucking BOZO. I love to see this. Bird racism is no joke. He hates bluebirds. He's a red bird. There's nothing red birds hate more than bluebirds.
Well, Nintendo does suck. Nintendo sucks wieners because their shit's too expensive and they lock your console.
Yep, there it is. If your position at the Washington Post was recently eliminated, please consider applying to write for the Babylon Bee. We are seeking applicants experienced in writing fictional content presented in the tone and style of a legitimate news organization. True. And learn the code. Yep. Jada Yuan, laid off writer from the Washington Post style section, gets ratioed for not keeping up on current events and missing the joke. Needs to go back to the Quality Learning Center. As soon as you learn to spell, man. Man. How about that? That's sad. Let me see who this is. Jada Bird? Who's this bitch? Let me pull this up. Saying murder for? Wait, what?
I literally just wrote 4,000 words on the murder at Washington Post. Oh, that's crazy. So, you mean to tell me that these people are using the word murder to represent layoffs? See, this is the kind of shit that a lot of people are talking about with politics. You can't, like, using murder interchangeably with layoffs is disgusting. And that's so misleading, too.
What the hell are you saying murder for? Oh my God. This is so extreme.
It is.
Wow. Talking about a murder with all, these are all the people that are getting laid off. Here we go. Kyle Goon.
I mean, you can stand out there all you want. The thing is that your job's gone. You don't have a job anymore. Instead of standing out in front of the Washington Post, maybe you should go get a new job.
Wow.
I wonder why they could possibly be standing outside of the Washington Post instead of trying to get a new job. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that they know that nobody else is going to hire them. Sitting there fucking writing articles about a fucking racist bird.
Don't they have anything to do?
No,
They
not
got anything
anymore.
to do? Damn, they just sitting
They
around
can't write another article about racist birds linked to slavery because, you know, they don't have a job anymore.
Sucks to suck. Exactly, yep. Post sports for life. Well, not anymore. Is this the best you can do, Jeff? I don't think it is. I think he can fire even more people. I think he can. Honestly, I feel like Jeff really hasn't even reached his final form. You know, I see this, and it's like, yeah, I feel like only a third? That's it? What are we talking about? Not anymore. Yeah, you should be looking for a new job. Yeah, I got a feeling that's not going to happen. The New York Times, Washington
Well, like,
Post.
you don't need conventional media because here's the real issue. Here's the real reason why conventional media is dying. It's because a lot of them are being paid to be biased. A lot of them are being paid to censor types of information that shouldn't be censored. Like, I mean, hell, even up to 10 years ago, you had people getting fired who were talking about Pizzagate and getting blacklisted and called conspiracy theorists, even though they were onto something like 10 years ago and they get absolutely vindicated nowadays. Independent journalists are realizing that you don't really need to rely on something like the New York Post in order to make money. If you're a real independent journalist and you have something that could blow, like for example, like Nick Shirley, he managed to blow Minneapolis out of the water. He managed to put that bitch on the map. The Eye of Sauron was looking at Minneapolis whenever those videos got posted that Nick Shirley did. Like, they fucked up. They fucked up so bad that Tim Walz isn't even trying to run for re-election. That's what independent journalism should be about right there. You gotta be ready to take the big steps to make big change. Even if it seems small at first, so you gotta do what it takes to make change. That's what journalism is. But whenever you go through the headache and then you write up the story and then it gets censored or thrown out after you've done like, let's say months of leering, and it gets censored or you get called a conspiracy theorist and handed something else to do instead, like the link between birds and fucking slavery, well, then you wonder why the hell you're even there. I mean, you're not able to do what you love to do, what you want to do, which is to expose corrupt politicians and criminal police. No, you're being told that you've got to spin some weird narrative. Of course. And nah, dude.
That's it. Will Lewis is too busy to join the call and tell his staff he's destroying the Washington Post sports department.
Where I was going with that is that you have these narratives being spun that are false or things that nobody wants to fucking care about being published in your post, and big surprise, you're going out of business because yo bitch ass is lying, and you're not spinning the media that people want to see. People want to see what's going on with ICE in Minneapolis. People want to see what's going on in Iran. What is Trump doing? People want to see that kind of stuff. People want to see corrupt politicians get taken down like what Nick Shirley did. That's what people want to see. Nobody gives a fuck about this diversity shit. No one ever did. It was the only thing that they would publish. So of course people were forced to read it until they stopped. And that's the issue, is that they had this mindset like these games did for the longest time that if you publish it, they will come. Well, guess what, bitch ass? Now you're going out of business. Congratulations. You found out the hard way. You fucked around and you found out, and now you're having to lay off staff. Remember, bitch, it was the one thing Sam Walton got right. The customer's always right. Cater to your customer and you stay in business.
But he did have time to walk on the red carpet NFL honors in San Francisco. Amazing. Wow, I wonder why. That's crazy. What a big surprise. So anyway, this is what it is. And they're all retweeting each other, trying to complain about this. But there is nothing I love more than seeing these journalists be put out of a job.
They put the gun on him. What's the reason? What's the reason?
You see that? You see how quick these people snap whenever they start getting pushed back? It's the whole reason why they sitting there attacking ICE agents or federal agents and sitting there trying to push the police back is because, like, they know that if they just stand on the sidewalk and have their little protesty signs, nothing's going to change. That's why. They know that if they were to push and be more violent and nothing's done about it in their community, they're going to get more radical and more violent. But the minute you start pushing them back, you see how quick they are to snap? It's because they know they're losing.
What's the reason? What's the reason?
They tried to kill me. They had 8 guns on me. They ran into me. They tried to kill me.
You know, last time I checked, if someone was trying to kill you and they had 8 guns on you, you'd probably be dead. I mean, I feel like Peretti found that out. You know, like if you've got people with like guns all over you and they're trying to kill you, well, they would just shoot you, would they not? I mean, that's.
I need an incident commander. Right now because I need an incident commander. I'm the citizen I'm requesting.
I'm a political.
You even know what an incident commander is, bitch? That is not what an incident commander is. You don't. An incident commander is for like. It's mostly for the fire department. Like an incident commander is like a military/fire department thing. Like you're not really gonna have an incident commander in the police. You can have a supervisor, sure, but like for example, like because the only reason I know this is because I was a firefighter. is like if you have the apparatus driver and and it's me as a fireman and another fireman and then the captain in the the passenger seat, right, and up front. The incident commander is going to be the apparatus driver because the first fireman is going to get dropped to hook up the fire hydrant. I'm going to get out with my captain and we're going to go and fight the fire. So the incident commander, by nature, is going to be the apparatus driver. So if you get a mayday on the inside of a building, that apparatus driver is going to be like, we have a mayday, send in extra units. We need units here now. We need everything. No stop, send it all. And then you're going to have like 7 fire teams show up and they're going to tear that fucking building apart. But like, you're not going to have an incident commander at a police scene. That's not, no.
You have a thing. I don't want to lose.
What the hell is she doing?
Can you please use your thing?
I report it.
I would like an incident commander. Can you please call one?
Okay, we have 2 officers that are more senior.
So why you guys
She looks like a sushi roll contender. Yeah, I don't know if she'd fit.
taking him for?
Who is that incident commander?
Okay.
Who is the incident?
He's talking about this new wrap that they have for these protesters where like you lay them on the tarp and then you roll them up. That's it, dude. It's the funniest thing.
Taking him.
I'm telling you, there's an incident.
Okay. Why are you taking him? I haven't seen you guys all the way back there.
Yeah, they know they've been
So why are you taking him? What's the reason for his arrest?
Listen to this.
He saw us trying to do our investigation, and there's days that he put targets saying to kill me on Facebook. That's him. And the moment he saw it was me, he tried to hit me with the car. So just be really hit.
So he went
There it is.
to try. So basically, he's been fucking with you for days. He said for people to kill you, and then whenever he saw you, he tried to hit you with a car. Damn, that's too bad. And you telling me we rounded his fat ass up? I love it. Yep.
I was behind you guys. I was.
And then they trying to lie.
What's the reason?
Yeah, and they're defending him. They are. They would defend him doing it. If he hit her with the car, they'd say it was okay. That's the reason why.
Don't worry, we gonna talk about the whole like dehumanizing post. Don't worry about it. I know what meme you're talking about. We're gonna talk about how anyone who actually thinks that was on purpose is retarded. Don't worry. That's next.
You're brown?
Yeah, like it's crazy because now the people that are protesting are calling the ICE agents like the N-word or like they're actually using like racial slurs against them now. It's crazy that the ICE agents are more diverse than the protesters themselves. I never thought I'd hear the day of white people standing or sitting in cars or like recording ICE agents calling them the N-word, dude. I never thought I'd see that day. Like,
Oh my god. Is it the same cop?
is it? Is it the same dude?
They need to give this guy like fucking a bonus or something. They do. Like, this guy is going around being called the N-word by a bunch of white people because he's deporting people out of America.
Yep.
Like, I mean, we gotta help this guy out or something.
I know, right? Yo,
Yeah.
I heard they make like $200,000 a year. I heard these ICE agents make a lot of money, bro. And they not only make a lot of money, but on top of that, they also get a student loan help too. They get like a percentage of their student loan paid.
I mean, this is ridiculous. What the fuck is going on here?
They make money, bro.
What? Look at me. Look at, oh, good job, dude. Real dude, and you're brown. You're not white, you're brown. You know that, right? You look in the mirror, see a white person? Fuck you. You're brown. Fuck you.
We've come full circle. We have. They're so crazy. They're so radicalized that they're actually racist. That's crazy.
What is wrong with these people?
Remember, though, ICE is supposed to be the racist one. The reason why they're doing this is because they're losing. Like, there's like nobody here. There's nobody here. You've got a couple cars stopped. You got this fucking dude screaming, you're brown at a black dude, you've got like maybe like at the most 10, 15 people here, and all of them aren't really stopping or preventing them from moving. It's because the police have been enforcing the law in Minneapolis. That's why people are scared to go out and commit crimes now. And now, whenever you impede in an official like a federal investigation, they scan your face, and you get put on like this list that classifies you as a domestic terrorist, and it makes you a fly risk, so you can't get on planes.
You're brown. Oh my God. Is this is this the new KKK?
Honestly.
I really like, I mean, what does that mean? What he means is that he thinks that black people should have solidarity with illegal alien Mexicans and Guatemalans and Venezuelans and people from Africa. He thinks they should have solidarity because they have a similar skin tone. Yeah. They should agree with each other and work with each other because they have the same skin tone. Now, I don't know who's going to tell him, but inside of Africa, the black people in Africa hate each other.
Well, that's the whole reason why the Somalians came into Minneapolis. You realize that that Ilhan Omar is part of a tribe that is in a blood feud with another tribe, right? And based on that blood feud, she was able to move in more people that were part of her tribe and get them to vote out and keep out the other tribe in America. So that way they could skim off the top, allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly until there's any actual charges, which there may never be, unfortunately. Fraud Americans of their money and send it to their tribe, so that way they can fund not only themselves, but a terrorist organization and keep them suppressed. That's the whole reason why this happened in Minneapolis. And then so what makes it unconstitutional is whenever you have videos and snippets of Ilhan Omar getting in front of a mic and saying you want to vote for us in her language because we're going to make sure that more of our people get in and stay in and less of their people get in and stay out. That's what makes it racist. It's vote for me. I'm going to get, I'm part of your clan. Vote for me. And that's where it becomes very problematic.
Levels of racism between Kenyans and Somalians that you're not even aware of. There's levels of racism inside of Somalia based off of clans that you haven't even heard of.
Well, it's like the Hutu and the Tutsis in the Hotel Rwanda. If you've ever seen that movie, you would understand exactly what's going on here.
This guy, he doesn't even understand how deep this goes. This is meta racism. He actually thinks, bro.
And Hotel Rwanda was based on a real genocide that happened. I'm not sure where it was at, but it's based on a real genocide.
He literally thinks that racism ends at skin color. What the hell you think we did World War I for? We had to come up with something? Fuck. Like, these people were so stupid.
That's what I said. That's why it's called Hotel Rwanda. Oh, is it in Rwanda? No, but like, where's it at? Like, I know that is Rwanda in Africa? I feel like that's kind of racist to say. Where was the Rwanda genocide? Central Africa.
What? Look at me. Look at, oh, good job, dude. Real dude, and you're brown. You're not white, you're brown. You know that, right? You look in the mirror, see you.
And to that comment of like, there was, oh, but Ice Ages have been unbiasedly dragging people out of the car, then why aren't there any videos of it? Like, why aren't there any videos? If that's the case, then instead of complaining, maybe they should be suing the federal government and collecting that paycheck.
Person, you're not white, you're brown. You know that, right? You look in the mirror, see
If I get dragged out of my car and I'm just driving, and I'm minding my own business, and I start getting dragged out of my car by some random people, and it come to find out they're federal officials, I'm about to collect me a big old, I don't give a fuck about the internet, boys, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be gone for at least a couple months. I'm going to come back and be like, boys, we got paid.
Fuck you. You're brown.
Shit.
If you look,
You think I'm going to get online and try to fuck with that? I'm going to stay silent about it. I'm going to collect my background stuff, sue the shit out of them, and collect that paycheck.
white person, fuck you, you're brown.
Fuck you.
Oh my god. What a fucking idiot, man. Racist protesters? I don't understand how these people turned into the KKK. And yeah, he got, bro, rolling up on him in the Subaru.
Why do all
Rolling
these
up-
people
hey,
have?
there
Why
ain't
do all
no-
these people have SUVs? How?
Like rolling up on a bunch of black people and yelling at them in your Subaru. Man. Those are the days, right, boys? Yelling at black people, calling them the N-word. Oh my God. And Democrats already KKK? Yeah, it's really impressive for me to see this. Seth Rogen fell off? Yeah. And as a self-declared sane person, I declare these people are wingnuts. They taint the Subaru brand. I know. And really, it's weird as hell what these people are doing, isn't it? These people are always racist. The mask is just coming off now. Well, I think that what's really being revealed by these people is the fact that with a lot of them, they actually are racist. Like, they are legitimately racist, but they are not the same kind of racist that they think other racists are. So they think that because they are a different type of racist, that they're not racist. But they're actually just another type of racist. That's it. They want to law in there. Yeah, exactly. They're racist and stupid. Well, what I'm saying is that their version, like, they're also advocating for racist racial policies and racial identity and racial politics, but they're doing it in a way that they think is a morally good way. So for them, racism is a good thing. It's kind of like the horseshoe theory, basically.